Well, Dan, you've always said that at this stage of the season, a win is a win no matter how we secure it. But what did you make of today?
No, you're spot on in what you're saying there, Bob. What we want before the game is the 3 points. Obviously, we want a performance to go with it for a full 90 minutes. It'd be fantastic. But, you know, teams are coming here. It's their cup final. They set up defensively to hit us on the counter-attack, deny space in their half. So it does make it difficult to break them down at times. But I thought first half, we were absolutely fantastic. We moved the ball around. We were patient. And if we'd got that second goal before half-time, I think that would have been it then. But unfortunately, we didn't.
Did the early season defeat in the FA Cup and the draw in the league at Squires Gate influence how you set your team up today?
Not really, no. We knew what to expect from them first and foremost because they set up very defensively at their place and just set up for a draw basically. So we knew that was going to be exactly the same case when they come here, which is what they did. Set up very defensively to hit us on the counter attack. So we just approached it like last week's game really, in terms of the 4-4-2 with the two up top occupying their two centre backs and just getting extra men forward really.
You've already alluded to our first half performance, but would it be fair to say that the visitors started the most dangerous in terms of possession?
In the first half, yes and no really. I mean, they didn't really create any chances of note or put us under extreme pressure. They had a few attempts at goal from long range, and I think it was just down to the second phase really. They picked up a few second balls in the middle of the park and then they played it wide and exploited the space that we had left because we were looking to attack. So that's always going to happen to a certain degree, but I thought that in large parts of the first half we dealt with that comfortably and we looked a threat going forward.
It was a great first goal from Max as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we know what he's capable of. He's just been unfortunate in terms of coming from a team like Earlham where he's been playing right wing week in, week out, scored a lot of goals for them. But teams set up differently against Earlham. There's a lot more space. I mean, we watched him 9 or 10 times before we actually signed him, so we knew what he's capable of. But then he's come here and team set up very defensively, deny him space. So he's struggled in that respect to repeat what he was doing at Earlham, and he's probably had to change his game a little bit. But absolutely delighted for him. And not only that, but the way we scored the goal, it was exactly what we've been working on with a little passing pattern, and it's even nicer to see it when it works out like that.
You spoke about Max's record at Earlham. Would you say to some extent that today was a weight off his shoulders in terms of getting that first match goal?
I'd say so, yeah, because he's come with, you know, all this promise of scoring the amount of goals he did do with Earlham. But I just said to him, look, all you can do is work as hard as you possibly can and figure out how to score goals and find space in teams that set up very defensively. So he started to do that, and you know, he's got his just rewards today, which I'm so happy for.
We've spoken quite a lot throughout the season about killing teams off. In terms of today, how do you think we reacted to going ahead?
Well, first off, we created quite a few chances after we scored. Like I say, it was either that final decision making in the final third in terms of cross type or shooting when we should have been passing and passing when we should have been shooting. So disappointing to see that, but you do get that at times. Like I say, if we'd scored the second goal, that would have been it, game over. I think we would have gone on to get 3, 4 and possibly 5, but wasn't to be. At the end of the day, we've got the win.
You brought Dwyer and Rocker on in a double change in that second period. How do you hope that they would influence the game?
Just extra energy, different types of players to what were on the field in terms of Keelan and Max coming off. They're completely different players, just to offer us something different and fresh legs really to pick up the second balls and really drive at the opponents, which I thought they did well.
We lost Jacob Hampson, of course, towards the end. Any word on his injuries yet?
No, not yet. I mean, he just felt his thigh, so he said it tightened up and felt really, really sore. So we couldn't take any chances, and he couldn't carry on anyway. So it was just best to get him off.
More broadly, Danny, no games now until Christmas, we don't think. In terms of how you would assess our performance up till Christmas, what would you say?
Well, like I say, before every game, winning is more important than anything. Like you want a really good performance as well to go with it. But you know, we've played very well in a good number of games and won games. Other games we've ground out and just kept going to the final whistle, which sometimes you have to, because teams, look, they come here, they've got nothing to lose. It's their cup final, like we always say, and they can play a certain style of football they wouldn't normally do. But I'm really, really happy with where we are. We wanted to be in and around the top after the first month, and then to stay there, you know, it's a priority. We should be winning every game, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.